Find angles X, Y, and Z below. Now, the first thing I want us to look at in this circle geometry is the fact that this triangle here is an isosceles triangle. Why? Because from this center to the circumference is the radius of the circle. So this line is the radius of the circle. And then from this center to the circumference is also the radius of the circle. So this is the radius of the circle and this is the radius of the circle. Meaning that in this triangle OAC, trace like this, triangle OAC, these two sides are equal. Now, when you see a triangle with two sides equal, it tells you that it's an isosceles triangle. So we have this triangle as an isosceles triangle, and the base angles of an isosceles triangle are equal. So that means this base angle will also be equal to this base angle. So now, when you want to get the base, each of the base angle of an isosceles triangle, what you just need to do is to simply subtract the vertical angle from 180. So I'm going to say 180 minus the vertical angle, which is this 112, 112. And then whatever you get, you divide it by 2. So it's going to be 180 minus 112 will give us 68. And then 68 divided by 2 is going to give us 34 degrees. So that means that this angle is 34 and this angle is also 34 degrees. Don't forget, dividing it by 2 means that you are sharing these two equal angles. So anytime you are looking for the base angle of an isosceles triangle, just subtract the vertical angle from 180 and divide by 2. It will give you each of the base angles that are equal. Then now, the next thing for us to do is to make use of these parallel lines. These parallel lines. Now, if you look at this line, this is the radius of the circle. This line too, which is a parallel line, OD or DO, is also the radius of the circle. And that will also tell us that we have another isosceles triangle, ADO. So this is another isosceles triangle, ADO. So that means that the base angle will also be equal. The base angle of the triangle will also be equal because it is an isosceles triangle. So if this base angle is X, that means this other base angle here will also be X. Hope you are seeing that, because the base angle of an isosceles triangle are equal. Now, this line CA is parallel to this line DO. So if you look at this now, we are seeing a Z angle pattern. And when you see a Z angle pattern, then what should come to your mind is an isosceles triangle. Hope you are seeing that. So when you see this parallel line, a parallel line like this and another parallel line, then the angle at this elbow point should be equal to the angle at this elbow point. So if you look at this parallel line now, follow my hand, follow my tracing, you see it now that this angle, which is X, will also be equal to this angle, which is X, because they are alternate angles, and alternate angles are equal. So this is X and this is also X, alternate angles. Then now you agree with me that the whole of this angle is now X plus X, which is 2X. And that angle is also 34 degrees. So you now agree with me that X plus X is equal to the whole of the angle that we have obtained before as 34 degrees. Don't forget, the whole of this angle is 34 degrees. So 2X will be equal to 34 degrees. And then I can simply divide both sides by 2. So these 2 will cancel 2. And I have angle X as equal to 34 divided by 2 is going to give us 17 degrees. So that means the value of angle X now is settled. So let's move on to angle Y. Now, if you look at this angle Y here, you see that from C to A, I have 2 lines coming to the circumference of the circle. You can see it. That is C to the center, to the center of the circle, not circumference of the circle. From C, which is the circumference, to the center, from A, which is circumference, to the center, and the two angles form this 112 degree. So what I'm looking at now is that from the same C and A, I have another two lines going to the circumference to form angle Y. So what I need to do now is to find this angle at the center here, this part of the center. Please, not the 112, but this side of the center. Take note of that. So to get this angle here, I'm going to use sum of angle at a point. Sum of angle at a point is 360. So if I already have this one as 112, so to get this other part here, this other angle, I'm going to say 360 minus 112, and that will give me 248 degrees. 248 degrees. Then now, what we need to recall here is that angle at the center, which is this 248, is twice angle at the circumference. Don't forget, these two lines, C and A, we have lines coming from C and A. This one going to the circumference to have this angle Y. And from the same C and A, I have this one coming to the center to form this 248 that we just got now at the center. Please, it must be on this side of the center, not on the inner side of the center. Take note of that. So angle at center is twice that at the circumference. So that means I can simply simplify now and say that twice the one at the circumference, that is twice the one at the circumference, which is 2y, is equal to the one at the center, which is 248. So for me to get the value of angle Y, I simply divide both sides by 2. And then I have this cancels this, and then that will give me angle Y as equal to 248 divided by 2 is going to give me 124 degrees. So the value of angle Y is 124 degrees. Then now finally, let's move on to angle Z. If you look at it critically, you see that the diagram A, B, C, D, which is a four-sided figure, has all the angles on the circumference of the circle. A is on the circumference, B is on the circumference, C is on the circumference, and D on the circumference. So anytime you have a four-sided figure, which is a quadrilateral, with all the angles on the circumference of the circle, then what you need to know there is that that is a cyclic quadrilateral. That shape is a cyclic quadrilateral. And don't forget that for a cyclic quadrilateral, the opposite angles are supplementary. The opposite angles of the cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. So this angle Z and this angle Y are supplementary angles because they are the opposite angles of the cyclic quadrilateral. And then, because we say they are supplementary, means that if you add them together, it's going to give you 180. So I can simply say angle Z plus angle Y is equal to 180 because they are opposite angles of cyclic quadrilateral. Don't forget, I'm using this A, B, C, D cyclic quadrilateral. Hope you can see that. Then now, we can now get the value of Z straight away by saying Z plus the value of Y. You can see the value of Y, which is 124. 124 is equal to 180, supplementary. So from there, Y will be equal to the value of 180. Sorry, from there, Z, I mean, we are looking for Z. Z will be equal to 180 minus, when this plus 124 comes to this side, it becomes minus 124. So 180 minus 124 is going to give us 56 degrees as the value of angle Z. And that gives us the final answer to this question. Hope you got it fully. Please don't forget to like, share, and join for more videos like this. Thank you for watching.